Well, hello everybody. Pastor Randy here. Welcome to Making It Simple. It's a beautiful Friday. Hope that you are doing great and ready for a good weekend. I hope the blessings of God will just pour upon you. In my daily reading, I have a daily study time, personal reading time as I get up in the morning and start my day, whether I'm headed to work or whether I'm going to be at home. Regardless, I try to do that every day and be a good steward of my time as much as possible. But I read a passage this morning in my reading. I'm currently reading the book of 1 Corinthians. And this one passage from chapter 2 just really spoke to my heart because of the simplification, if I can use that big word, of what Paul was saying here, because it really describes my heart. I want to share it with you. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, you'll remember, friends, that when I first came to you to let you in on God's master stroke, I didn't try to impress you with polished speeches and the latest philosophy. I deliberately kept it plain and simple. First, Jesus and who he is, and then Jesus and what he did. Jesus crucified. Friends, that's making it simple in a nutshell. That's what we do. That is exactly my heart. There's no need for this to be complicated. It just doesn't have to be. We can get into big words. We can get into deep theology. We can get into Greek and Hebrew and this and that and everything else. And within the confines of that, I could lose every single person that listens. Churches lose congregation members or visitors because it's complicated. The world doesn't gain any knowledge and wisdom from that oftentimes because it's complicated. Not because people are stupid and they can't understand the big things. It's just, quite frankly, it's not necessary. It would be no more. And again, I say nothing to ever degrade anybody, because I believe that every career, every employment choice, whatever that people make, if it's indeed their desire, that should be just that. That's what you choose to do. That's what you want to do. But it's like the person that is going to make a career at McDonald's, making French fries, if that's what they choose to do, God bless them, man. But they don't need to know calculus and trigonometry to do that. If you're going to build the space shuttle, maybe so. Complicated in many things in this life is just simply not necessary. And I believe when it comes to our relationship and our understanding of the things of God, it doesn't have to be. And that's what Paul is saying there. Everything that I brought to you, who Jesus is and what he did, that's what you need to know. Is there more to it? Obviously so. Because that is what relationship is. We start there. Who are you? If you're going to get involved in a relationship with someone, that's kind of the first question. Who are you? Not just name. Not just name. Who are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe? What is your outlook on life? What is your principles? All those different things. That's what our relationship is founded on. Who is Jesus? Who is this? What is this? How does this work? I'm told it makes my life better, but how? That's where we go back to what we're talking about here in this invitation. Come with us. We can only make that invitation. We can only give that invitation when we know who we are and when we know who he is and how we marry that together. When we're firm and assured in our relationship with God. Moses is saying, come with us. We will do you good. The believer today is maybe someone listening, maybe someone that has had this video shared with them, what have you. Maybe saying, well, come where? Where are we going? To heaven, to eternity. The promise of God. I can't stress this enough. And this is really what this whole entire series of messages over the next couple of days that we've been breaking down, come with us, from the book of Numbers, as Moses is given in this second part of our great invitation to the Bible. This is God having given the promise, us receiving the promise, and inviting others. So we invite people all the time. Come to dinner, come to church, come to this play, come to this event. What we invite all the time. Join me online and let's have a chat, whatever. As believers, as those who've come to love God, those who've come to that relational place to where we truly, absolutely, unequivocally believe in the promise of God, that there is something more, that there is something more. If we've received that promise, then our desire is to share that with others, to let others see there's something beyond what we're doing right now. We have the invitation, friends. It's been given to us. Do we share that? Do we share this invitation to let others know that captive lives can be set free? Because we have the answer. And that's not an arrogant statement. It's factual, because when we have come to that personal relationship side with the Lord, when we've come to that place, we can extend that invitation that I've got something incredible and I want to share it with you. I can't make you receive it. I can't make you accept it, but I can offer it to you. That's what Moses is saying here. Is come with us. That's the invitation. That's the offer to go to a place that will do you good, to go to a situation that will make your life better. Many around us today have no direction, none, aimless. They're all over the place. Many have no idea, no clue where they're headed. And again, I don't say that in a negative way. I don't say that in a degrading way. But that is the enemy's goal, is to keep us in a never-ending circle so that we never get off. You ever been on one of those new traffic circle gimmicks that there's 3 exits off of it, but if you don't know which one to take, you may just end up just driving round and round and round because you don't feel like, well, I'm not sure if that's the road. No, I'm not sure about that one. And the one straight ahead, yeah, it looks uncertain too. But when we don't know where we're going, we never get anywhere. And this is so important when it comes to our eternal directions. We need to secure that. And we can do that right now. We can do that in this life. And it's imperative that we do it in this life, because if we wait, then that decision gets made for us, and that's not good. And we'll talk about that later on. Friends, we've received this invitation from God. I said that earlier in this lesson. This is not just from anybody. This is not just from John Brown or Harry Taylor or anybody else. This is an invitation from God Himself to participate in what it is He's invited us to do. He has made it possible that this is true. He has made it possible. This can come to fruition. Here's the question. What will we do with that? We're approaching the weekend. For many people, that involves a lot of things. Days off, family time, travel, relaxation. For many people, that includes going to a worship service on Sunday morning. We live in a time, and we all live in communities, states, cities, whatever the case. And we all have friends, neighborhoods, family members, whatever, that can be and would be affected by what we're offering right now, by this invitation. Come and go with us. Again, I speak not specifically about heading to a certain particular place of worship or some type of meeting event or whatever the case, but rather inviting someone to come to know the Lord in a personal way, to secure their knowledge and understanding of what eternity looks like. See, I believe without a question, as a pastor, as a called servant of the Lord, as a follower of Christ, as a person who truly believes every single word that I'm sharing with you, this is not a gimmick. This is not a character. This is not something that's made up from somebody's written script or whatever. This is real. Just like I read to you, it is plain and simple, the only way that I know how to do it. I know what we, as the church, universal. Every believer, every person within this body, I know what we've been called to do, and that is to share the good news of the gospel, to let others know, as we have come to know. Then again, please understand me, this is absolutely, unequivocally not about religion. This is not about a particular denomination. This is not about a, finger pointing, I'm better than you. No. This is about introducing someone to Jesus Christ, and he can change their life. He can change their life. This is merely sharing the invitation. Because if he's changed your life, how foolish would we be to think that he couldn't change someone else? I mean, he is creator of all. All things that were created by him. John chapter 1. To let others know, this is our job. This is our call. You say, well, I don't have anything to do. Here it is. If you know Jesus, you've got something to do, to let others know they can be set free. They can be set free. They can have the comfort of knowing that eternity is secure if they so desire. If they want a better life, not a perfect life, not a flawless life, not a hindrance-free life, but if they want a better understanding of how to navigate life, they too can come to know Jesus. That's our job. That's what we've been given. Come and go with us. You see, Moses, he knew this invitation was from God. That's where it all starts, friends. The source of our resource. I've written about this. I've taught about this. I have really gone at the length about that. The source of our resource. We hear stuff all the time that is presented in a form or fashion that says, this is true. But sometimes we learn where that information came from. It wasn't. It is very important that we understand the source of our resource. In other words, what I'm listening to, where did they get that information? What I'm reading, where did that come from? Is it real or is it speculation? Is it real or is it made up? Is it real or is it just out of thin air? I mean, where is the source of our resource? Moses knew without a question this message, this promise of a promised land was from God. That created within him an unbelievable willingness to share because he knew it was true. It wasn't a hesitation of, well, I'm not sure. This is what I heard. Or I'm not sure. This is what they had on whatever network, or this is what I read online, or what. No. This came from God. That can only come from a right heart relationship with the one who knows. So we're going to cut ourselves off a little bit here today. It's Friday. I know you all got things to do. So do I. In fact, I got a couple of little boys coming to see me here in a minute. My little grandsons. Going to be an awesome day. Looking forward to spending some time with them. But I want you to think about what I've shared with you today. We have something to do, friends. We do. But it all goes back. And again, anyone who knows me knows that my teaching is centered on relationship. That's what it's all about. Because we don't have that, none of the rest of it matters. We don't have that, we don't understand anything because we don't know who we're dealing with. We're not just dealing with a mere deity. We're not just dealing, again, absolutely not dealing with religion. We're dealing with God, the creator of all, the one of ultimate knowledge, infinite knowledge, the one who can change our lives if we come to know him. Day by day, little by little, one heart, one soul at a time, one life at a time, we can absolutely be placed on the right path. And when we come to that place, we too, like Moses, have the ability to say, hey, come and go with us. I want you to have what I've got. And this is not a pyramid scheme or a marketing scheme or trying to sell you some kind of nonsense to sign up for and pay so much a month. No, this is what God promised you. This is real. When we come to know him in that personal, intimate way, we'll want to share that. Come and go with us. We'll finish this up on Monday and move on into the next invitation. God bless you. I hope you have an incredible weekend. And Lord willing, I'll see you on Monday. Until then, you take care and go tell somebody.